Well, the school year may be on pause at UW Superior, but the work of preparing students for what's next is not.
A new addition to the university's computer science program aims to expand access to cybersecurity education. Northern News Now's Maggie Franzen explains.
I am here on the UW Superior campus in front of Swenson Hall, where the new cybersecurity program is getting ready to train students for careers in data protection and fighting off cyber attacks. Growing demand for cybersecurity over the past decade, along with rapid advances in technology, including artificial intelligence and increasingly sophisticated scams, has helped drive the addition of this concentration. Dr. Jonathan Todashek, chair of the Math and Computer Science Department, tells me it will bring promising opportunities.
Data security is one of the biggest threats that we face in society these days, and having more competent people in place to keep our data secure is very, very important.
Classes range from entry-level programming to advanced database courses. And at times, students will be taught the necessary skills to adapt to the new world of AI, and in some cases protecting against it while also learning to use it responsibly as a tool.
AI is playing a very large role in attacks right now. We need to also adapt and utilize AI to help with the protection of the cybersecurity attacks.
Leaders at UW Superior say the new concentration blends hands-on training, like ethical hacking and digital forensic, with flexible online and in-person options to meet a fast-growing workforce need. And according to Ryan Dunn, the Associate Director of Admissions, the program is already gaining some traction.
We've seen a lot of interest from students, both, like I said, on campus and off campus.
The new cybersecurity program will be up and running in the fall semester of 2026. In Superior, Maggie Franzen, Northern News Now.
Thank you, Maggie. And we have more information on program development and student engagement on the Northern News Now mobile app and website.